Good evening. I'm very happy to be sharing this momentous occasion with so many family and friends from far and near, and missing those who couldn't make it tonight and those who are no longer with us. They're in my heart and here in spirit. I'm also grateful for the opportunity to share this evening with so many servicemen and women in the room, past, present, and future. This includes those recently returned from their 14th deployment, those we're lucky enough to have here tonight because they could ship out any day, and those who couldn't make it because duty does in fact call. It's been difficult for me to fine-tune a traditional speech or toast, so I thought I'd just share some things that you all may know and some things you might not know. As you all know, the bride has known me all of her life. I'm her older sister. Most of you may also know that the bride and groom are licensed massage therapists, which is what helped bring them together. Speaking of which, where are all the LMTs in the room tonight? Very good. Everyone else in the room, I hope you're paying attention because that's where to mingle. Something no one knows. Being the older sister, my mind's eye has this permanent image of Sharon as the little 6-year-old version of her that was normally always sporting huge dimples, big blue eyes, and these wide, huge, thick bangs, the kind of bangs that only a mother can give her child. I suppose I haven't been able to fully deviate from this perception because I'm not sure if the unwritten contractual obligation to protect the younger sibling has an expiration date. Surely there is a clause that states marriage nullifies any further commitments, or at the very minimum drops my service requirements down to part-time. Something else you might not know is Sharon almost wasn't a licensed massage therapist. At a very young and imaginative age, with a very large amount of Capri Sun juice in her system, during a very long car ride across the German countryside, Sharon fostered the makings of the chemist's career after she discovered she was able to convert the aforementioned large amount of Capri Sun liquid into a gas, totally negating the need for pit stops during the very long car ride. Now, very long car rides and adventures are something Sharon and I shared over the years, most not nearly so scientific, but they were our adventures nonetheless. And adventures are only as good as what one makes of them, and Sharon and I made the best of what was thrown at us. From a 7-year-old Sharon standing under a very large iron structure in Paris and proclaiming, "I've waited my whole life to see the Eiffel Tower," to sneaking her under pool tables in the teens-only area of the youth center just so she could be close to me, to the slippery slopes in the Swiss Alps, to accidentally discovering what window shopping means in seemingly innocent areas of downtown Amsterdam, through the windy times in Clovis, New Mexico, to the tomfooleries that had me posing as her chauffeur during her senior prom, to the time I split from her in New York casino in Vegas and ended up getting lost, missing the tour bus and taking a taxi back to the hotel, to the times we made our parents suffer through our shenanigans with the photographic chronological detailing of our adventures. But I digress. Now, luckily for all of us, the type of liquid to gas conversion Sharon discovered is not actually physically possible, and her dreams of being a chemist stopped as soon as it started. But she did have a backup plan, and that was massage therapy. And thanks to this path in life, she was introduced to a loving, supportive man that put a twinkle in her eye, brought about those big dimples again, and has made her the happiest I've seen her. And she's sitting here with us now as Mrs. Bobby Abernathy because of the wonderful qualities that he has brought into their lives. They are truly living in love. And as I stand here looking at her now, that 6-year-old version of Sharon that was normally always sporting the huge dimples, big blue eyes, and those huge, wide, thick bangs, the kind of bangs that only a mother can give her child. For the first time, I'm finding it hard to see that 6-year-old as I'm seeing her for the beautiful young woman that she's bloomed into. It's been a long, winding, and often at times indirect path, but you've arrived. And if there's anything at all that you've taken from my ramblings, I hope it is that adventures are only as good as what one makes of them. Thanks for the adventure, Sharon. Now go have a new one. And because there are many cultures involved in both Sharon and Bobby's lives, please raise a glass and join me in each of them celebrating Sharon and Bobby on their adventure. For the Germans, Prost. For the Czechs, Nozdravie. For the Irish and the Scottish, Slanta. For the Hispanic, Salud. And finally, cheers.